What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a great day. And this is eBay update number 5 or 6. I'm I'm hesitant to say what episode it is because this whole entire week I thought I did an update last week, and apparently I didn't. So I think this should technically be update number 6, but it is technically now update 5. Either way, we are going to delve into our statistics for our $100,000 eBay challenge. Things did slow down a little bit in the last week or two. As we started going through some of our more crazier cards, we still have some really good inventory, but we've definitely gone through some of the choice stuff. And I feel like, I know some people say that the summer slowdown isn't a thing, but I've definitely been noticing a big difference. That could be, again, just depending on the person. I mean, like for my job, every day someone comes in, there's always something going around, in a pharmacy. Oh, it's just a flu going around. Dude, I see like 10 cases of flu every day. So same thing with the slowdown, right? It's someone's always experiencing slowness. Someone's always experiencing like insane, crazy volume. So we'll just power through it, just list more, sell more. If I'm being completely honest, there were a couple days where we didn't list at all, so I'm sure that doesn't help. But we're going to get into all that, go over the numbers, and go over the plan for the next week. Before we do, though, if you do not know who I am, my name is Bronzgod, and I sell trading cards on Tcgplayer and eBay. We have been averaging around $40,000 a year in sales, looking to pump those numbers up in the back half of the year. In addition, we do have 2 other channels, one for weight loss, one for gaming. If any of those interest you, they are in the description below. And we got a singular affiliate code, which more are coming. But if you want to save a little money, I can make a little money, and then we're all happy. So, plan for eBay this week. We're going to list more. We do have a bunch more listings than last time, but we definitely could have more. Obviously you can't sell cards if you don't list them, and just have to do better, plain and simple. On top of that, we'll be going over some of the coupons I'm trying. I did have one discount or coupon. I think it was a discount. It was like a buy 3 or more, get 15% off, which we did solid with, but I didn't realize you could put a limit on how much you could save. So there were definitely some bigger cards that I think there was one order, it was like 3 $30 or $40 cards, and it was like 15% off everything and no limit. So I was like, okay. So we changed that. We ended that one, and we put a limit of like $10 or $15, which I've heard a lot of people do. I just couldn't figure out how to do it, and finally figured out it was really easy, and I was overthinking it. So yeah, between those 2 things, that's pretty much all I can do. Especially watching other channels and how they have success, getting used to the fact that just coupons and discounts are just kind of the name of the game when it comes to eBay, and it is what it is. So we're going to hop on track with that, try to knock out some more sales. I don't know how long this $100,000 thing is going to take, but we're going to be doing it until we get there because I want to see that number, which would be pretty cool. And honestly, like especially after watching some other channels and some other people, seeing how fast they were able to kind of ramp things up just after a year or two, knowing the stuff that I'm sitting on and things I can acquire. Once I get my cash flow kind of in order, so it's not so start and stop, that will probably help things out as well. I am still buying bulk. I have been trying to not completely just only buy bulk and start getting into buying collections more, which I'm sure will help as well. But we got so much stuff here that all we can do is really list and then keep going. So we're going to get into the stream room, the office, go over those numbers, and then go from there. Alrighty, guys. So here we go. We've got our dashboard here. We obviously have some orders to alphas to send out, and we have a return request, which we'll be talking about in another video because I don't know how to feel about that. But I know eBay's eBay, and they're going to do whatever they want. So hopefully this goes in my way, which I think it should. So total active listings, we are just under 2,000, 1,919 listings. The last recap, which should have been last week, but was 2 weeks ago, I believe we were sitting around 1,400. So, we haven't been listing a whole lot every day, but we have been listing every day, and that number is slowly going up. And obviously, the more this goes up, the higher the likelihood of more things that will go. I am really horrible at leaving feedback, so we need to get better at doing that when those come. Impressions, we've been killing just for our short number of inventory. Almost 2.5 million impressions over the last month is pretty solid. Click-through rate, I don't really know how to change that, with the exception of taking, a picture with a, $3,000 camera versus an $800 camera. But all these are pretty good. Sales conversion rate, from what I've been told, a good conversion rate is at least 1% of your inventory. So for me, 1% right now would be 1.9 cards. And this is 4.3. So, I don't know how true that is, but I'm going to take their words for it because they're smart people and they are way more successful than me. Over on the marketing side of things, I have implemented some coupons. I don't know, and please tell me if you know, because I've been getting conflicting things, is eBay will prioritize the best discount for the person. So between volume pricing on the actual listing, volume pricing as a discount, and a coupon, it's not going to do all three, hopefully. So if someone knows for sure, I would love to know. This is one I ran for a while. This was a volume order discount of 15% off of 3 or more, which we did some solid work on. I just didn't. I forgot that you could put a limit on how much you'd save. So there were a couple orders where it was like 2 or 3 like $20, $30 cards, and it was a lot. So I put I ended it and then I restarted it with I think to save no more than like $10 or $15, just to kind of stop the bleeding there a little bit, but still a solid discount. And then I have 2 different coupons that I started to see how those will work. One is the tried and true buy 2 get 1 free, and then that's for $2.99 and under. And then I have a buy 5 get 5 free for all the $2.49 and under floor price stuff. As a lot of people know, the floor price stuff, you just kind of mark up for shipping and fees and whatnot. So even if I'm giving 5 for free and then selling 5 at my floor, that's still like beautiful margins that I'm completely happy with, and hopefully get some of these cards moving. If you guys have particular discounts or coupons that you use to have success, feel free to leave them in the comments or let me know. I'd love to try anything out that you guys have success with. But overall, not too bad. Got the order page here. Here's some of the orders that we've had. Even though I put it up in the air of, do you want me to? I think we're going to start packing our orders daily in a video. To what extreme, I don't know, but I kind of want to show off some of these cards because like this guy is pretty cool. This Sylveon from Generations. Nice little order there, $57.99. We had a couple of our Psyducks go out. Psyduck's obviously one of my favorite Pokemon, and some of these XY era reverse hollows. The sheen on them look really good. Got a couple of volume pricing ones here. This is a lot of reverse hollows and stuff from, again, there. This card was pretty dope. It's one of my favorite Clefairies. It's a lot of people's favorite Clefairies because the art is sick. I found it, listed it, and it was gone literally within like 30 seconds, which was insane. And then what was the other kind of big heaters that we found? Was the Eevee? Where is it? Yeah, this guy. Derpy Eevee. This thing was dope. It was lightly played, but marked it a little bit. It went instantly. So, a lot of decent cards going at decent rates. And like I said, things have slowed down a little bit. Oh my God, this guy right here. If you have this card, this thing sells so fast. It's not even funny. Every time I get a stack of like 8 or 10, I list them and they're all gone within a week. But yeah, so things are going a little, they're going pretty good. I forgot to bring up the sales report, but basically, we'll come over to the dashboard here. This number, $3,600. This includes a little bit of sales from before I started the series. So I believe we're right around 3,200, 3,100. We're over 3,000. So we're up about $600 or $700 from 2 weeks ago. So definitely, those weeks slowed down, but we're still cranking it. How long will it take us to get to $100,000? Who knows? But we're going to keep the grind on. However long it takes, But I want to see that number, and I want to see it bad. So there are things that we can do to improve. Like I mentioned before, we weren't listing every day. I'm a big, I like to do things all at once. So I was focusing a lot on Tcgplayer, then a lot on eBay, and not evenly sprinkling it across. So we're going to get better at that. like anything else in this business, you just gotta you have to look at where you're failing, look at where you're coming short, adjust, and then go from there. And then yeah, we'll do an update next week. We're definitely not gonna skip the update again. I was kind of pissed I did that, and then I'll have a video on that return request, which is kind of silly in my opinion. But I had to look at the card first, make sure that they're not right. But you know, it's eBay. What am I gonna do? I'm just a little peed because it's a $100 card. But if they're right, they're right, and gotta give them their money back. So let me know what you think. Let me know again if you have any cool discounts or you know, old fishing stories about eBay that you've done good with or bad with, and then we'll see you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye.